Welcome to the history of film in Kenya with the Kenya Film Commission. We start our journey in 1939 with Stanley and Livingston, who gave us one of the most famous introductions in history.
Dr. Livingston, I presume. Yes. Thank God, Doctor, I've been permitted to see you.
I'm thankful that I'm here to welcome you, Mr.
Stanley.
In 1959 came Tarzan's greatest adventure. We saw the introduction of a star we would grow to love, Sean Connery.
For the very first time, actually filmed on location in the mysterious, majestic, and romantic splendor of the peril-laden wilderness of Kenya, the screen comes alive with all the pulsating thrills and exciting characters created by fiction's foremost author of African adventure, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Connery was paid $5,000 for his efforts in this movie. 2 years later, after filming Tarzan, Connery acted in his first big movie as secret agent James Bond in Dr. No. We've hosted some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and in many cases saw award-winning pictures made right here in our backyard.
Mogambo, the new word in motion picture entertainment. Clark Gable, in his best role since Gone with the Wind. Ava Gardner, more beautiful and more exciting than you've ever seen her. Grace Kelly, playing a part every woman secretly understands.
I could be pea green with jealousy, and I couldn't be hecked up any worse than I am already. It's you we want to worry about. You know, this is no Sir Galahad who loves from afar. This is a two-legged boa constrictor.
Grace Kelly won a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress, while the film was nominated for 2 Oscars. Mogambo was a 1953 American adventure drama. It featured locations in Mount Kenya, Mount Longonot, Naivasha, and 14 Falls in Thika. Hatari was released in 1962. It starred the renowned cowboy
Well, that's a good one.
John Wayne.
Let's go. Start out easy.
Don't let her on a plane. She robbed the Bank of England.
Hatari grossed $12 million at the box office. Call Me Bwana was released in 1963, the year of Kenya's independence.
Oh, see, if a lion comes at you from opposite directions, you have to be ready. Beastly jungle noises.
What are you doing here?
Oh, just checking the oil. Come on, let's get out of here.
But this is what you came for. You might find your rogue elephant.
Not if we hurry. Come on. Yeah, you're right.
You're absolutely right.
This is a chance of a lifetime.
Yeah, boy, if I can only find my rifle.
It's in your hand.
No wonder I couldn't find it.
Bob Hope won an innumerable amount of awards, many of them honorary, including a knighthood.
Matt, are you all right?
Oh, I was just grazed by his tusk. 7 feet of piano keys.
But why didn't you shoot him?
Cowardly beggar turned his back. Sometimes I hate myself for being such a goody-goody.
We've got to push on.
Right. Push!
David Attenborough, the well-known nature program creator, met Elsa the lioness in 1960.
This, to my mind, is one of the most remarkable photographs that's ever been taken of a lion. It shows Elsa, the famous lioness that was reared by Joy and George Adamson. She had just killed this buffalo, killed it for herself. And yet, at this moment, when all her most powerful instincts of savagery, the instincts of a hunter, were aroused, she allowed these two men to drag her prey, her kill, from her, and yet do nothing whatever to prevent them. She thus proved that she was a lioness of two worlds, a lioness who could live in the world of the wild, savage bush, and also in the world of human beings.
6 years later, in 1966, Columbia Pictures released the film Born Free.
Free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart.
The Hollywood directors introduced Kenya to film. We learned this new medium of communication and storytelling. In the years that followed, Kenyans would gradually increase their participation in filmmaking and eventually grow to write, act in, and produce their own movies, tell their own stories.
Where no walls divide you, you're free as a roaring tide, so there's no need to hide. Born free, and life is worth living, but only worth living 'cause you're born free.
There are only 2 main roads to the east and 600 miles of unpatrolled savanna. They can cross at any point quite easily. The commissioner knows it.
To the east? Why would anyone be traveling to the east?
It's the slave route.
Let's be realistic, Captain.
I am being realistic, Dr. Linderby. The slave routes are littered with corpses. Fresh ones, modern ones. Slavery is as old as Africa. As an Englishman, you should know that.
Use the organization to wire me of your plans. Please, let's keep in contact.
In 1979, Ashanti, starring Michael Caine, made it to the big screen.
Leave him alone, you filthy bastard!
Ansok, but you promised. El Bent, bring the woman. If you can have the woman, why can't I have the boy?
My government will not tolerate interference from politicians while I am busy rebuilding Uganda.
The Rise and Fall of Idi Amin was produced by Kenyan-born Sharad Patel in 1981.
Doctor, this is not exciting like before. Maybe I need a checkup. Women love me because I'm never too tired. Let me tell you, I'm the world's greatest lover. They all want Amin. Right, baby?
Sure, you're right.
Doctor, I like you very much. and I want you to become my personal physician.
I am deeply honored, Your
The lead
Excellency.
role was played by the late Joseph Olita.
What's your name?
Sarah, Your Excellency.
And how old are you?
17, Your Excellency.
My. Your body has done well for 17 years. Do you like cars? Would you like to be my co-driver?
Oh, yes, but you see, I don't know how to drive.
Doesn't matter. I can tell you have great potential. Moses, get out. You can ride with me next time.
But Daddy, you promised.
This film was a slightly farcical take on the life and times of the former president of Uganda, Idi Amin. It was shot shortly after he was ousted from power in 1979.
If anybody asked me where God had put the Garden of Eden, I couldn't answer till now. Now I'd say he put it on the Masai Mara. The Masai Mara is truly paradise.
On a slight tangent from movies per se comes one of Kenya's most famous sons, Roger Whittaker, who went on to immortalize this country in his album and videos, My Land is Kenya. The words and music are self-explanatory.
The faces of the friends I had, the images that fall. When I close my eyes in the land I love, the land where I was born. My land is Kenya, so warm and wild and free. You'll always stay with me here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from your highlands to the sea. You'll always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart.
Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, was produced in 1984 and marked the beginning of the return of Hollywood to Kenyan shores. This heralded the end of the stereotypical Tarzan in Africa style of filming and ushered in movies with a historical or modern Kenyan feel.
I had a farm in Africa at the foot of the Ngong Hills. I had a farm in Africa.
In 1985 came arguably the most memorable film produced in Kenya to date. Out of Africa introduced a whole new generation worldwide to Kenya.
Reproducing the city accurately, we did have to build it, and it's a pretty spectacular set. Stephen Grimes, a great production designer, went there and for a year built that city and built the railroad and found a house and built onto it that was like Karen Blixen's house.
It showcased the way that Hollywood produced big-budget cinema at that time. Starring Robert Redford and Meryl Streep, it was acclaimed globally and won a total of 7 Oscars. The years following saw a dramatic increase in Kenyan tourism.
Do you have a gun?
She won't like the smell of you.
Shoot it.
She's had breakfast.
Oh my God, shoot her!
Jambo mwenza. Karibu nyumbani mwenza. Karibu. Juma.
Oh.
Here's to love.
Very funny.
You don't think he's rather old?
I like older men. They have more money.
Out of Africa was followed in 1987 by White Mischief, starring, among others, the incomparable John Hurt, as well as Charles Dance in the lead role.
Say the cattle belong to God.
Sorry.
This movie depicts the life and times of Lord Errol and the lives of the English colonial settlers in the so-called Happy Valley set.
Away from here.
Now that I've got no money, you're leaving me.
I hate your money.
You're my wife, and you'll damn well behave as my wife. Don't you leave me. If you leave me, I will shoot you.
Would you do?
And so, gentlemen, we are most grateful to Captain Burton for his activities in Africa, where our distinguished colleague, Dr. David Livingstone, continues to work. The resources of the Nile, its certain treasures, await discovery.
1990 saw The Mountains of the Moon, a modern remake of the adventures of Livingstone and Speke and of their discovery of the source of the River Nile. It starred Ian Glenn and Richard E. Grant. In 1994 came The Air Up There, one of the first movies shot in Kenya to feature an African, Charles Gitonga Maina, in the lead role, beside an established Hollywood star, Kevin Bacon.
How you doing? Jimmy Dolan, St. Joe's College.
Jambo.
Great to meet you.
Lakini kile anajaribu kufanya ni
It is cited as one of the key influences of the resurgence of basketball in Kenya. 1998, Saikati was one of the first homegrown films produced in Kenya by Catherine Mwegai and directed by Anne Mungai.
Hi, Saikati.
Ah, Dr. Boki. Hello, welcome.
How long have you been at Amref?
For quite some time.
Saikati, our very own daughter. Sifu namfahamu. Karibu.
I strongly suggest that you move back very slowly. Do not turn away from me. Move back very slowly. One step at a time towards the rover.
To Walk with Lions, filmed on location in Kenya's far north in 1999, was the final installment on the 3-decade-long story that began with Born Free.
Kunani?
Nominated for a number of awards, it chronicles the life and times of George Adamson after his untimely breakup and subsequent murder of his illustrious wife, Joy Adamson. It follows him through the last few years of his life before he was tragically killed by Somali bandits. In 2001, Tomb Raider was the next blockbuster to grace our shores, led by the scintillating Angelina Jolie.
Laura, welcome back.
With only a part of the story set in Africa, it was nonetheless a visual and cinematographic masterpiece of how Africa could look and feel.
Because we've never been here, have we?
We didn't come to this area before. Why?
Because I've seen that mountain before. The box is there somewhere.
The locals call it the Mountain of God. There's a tribe that makes a home on it.
Anataka nini?
Special mention is given to the Kenyan actor, Lenny Juma.
Leave the subject and go. Never speak of it. To trespass on the crater of life is to risk flooding the entire world with death.
Men are coming for the box.
Wewe, kweli unaelewa unachofanya? Do you truly understand what you are doing? Zingine ni heri ziwachwe zilivyo. Some secrets must remain secrets. Watawapeleka umkajua. He's going to give us 20 men to take us as far as they can. To the crater of life, where the box is hidden.
It's getting closer.
Nowhere in Africa, filmed in 2001, won the Oscar for Best Foreign Film.
Swahili,
infiltrated these enemy aliens.
These are our standards, sir, and the management is not willing to compromise.
We're at war.
Even then, at war.
The Constant Gardener, based on the book by John Le Carré, was the last big-budget international movie filmed predominantly in Kenya.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I feel safe with you. If I tell you that girl over there is being murdered, would you believe me?
So you're tired, you're feverish.
No, I'm not. No, we haven't got all of the evidence yet, but when we get it, if I bring it to you, will you actually do something for once?
From A Whisper by Wanuri Kahu, set against the backdrop of a terrorist attack, and shows the resilient Kenya spirit in the face of adversity.
So this is the art gallery. She calls them art pieces. Tamani.
Get out!
Come on!
Get out!
Hapo pana jambo hapa.
Faridi, spendi menendo yako. Kakangu nakusihi, tafadhali wachana na mambo haya. Hujui uzito wa mambo haya. Hujui lolote kuhusu kujitolea mhanga.
Sitokuruhusu.
More recently and closer to home, we've seen the birth of Kenyan storytelling through cinema. There have been fewer international movies made in Kenya, which is something we no doubt need to address. Sugar was an MTV 3-part series starring then little known but now Oscar-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o.
You know, I thought I was safe. Money is not a condom. Am I at risk?
What are you talking about?
HIV.
I love you, Nairobi!
And now to our Oscars, the Kalashes.
Nilikuwa na ndoto. Na kila mtu anakuanga na ndoto yake. Nairobi. Sasa mtu anatoa kuku manyoya na akuli. Mimi sitani kama unanipenda.
George, utanioa.
Turuti. Tunakwenda security usipike kona hii. Kufumba na kufumbua, nilikuwa na wanawake 5 kwa nyumba.
Muoga nimekunoki.
Umeninoki. Mimi niko busy.
Kidogo tu.
Can I see you kiss?
Na hiyo yote ni kwa sababu yenu. Sikuwahi waambia chochote kwa sababu nyinyi pia mkuwahi tuambia chochote.
Shiku.
Mimi kila siku nakuosha vyombo na kushia nyumba na kutandikia kitanda na bado siku unaniletea kwa kweli hata unisamehe.
Nilikuwa na ndoto. Na kila mtu anakuanga na ndoto yake. Na wakati mwingine ndoto hupatilika.
Rugged Priest, which cleaned up the Kalashes and went on to win a Golden Dao at the Zanzibar Film Festival and a Verona Jury Award.
Why do you fight so hard? These people are dangerous.
It's laying low until things get better.
No man will stop me. I've convinced His Excellency to take care of one of your citizens. A pain in the ass of a priest. Forgive me, but I can't stay quiet when an evil man is out there killing... Yes, you will. Excuse me.
His hunting skills no one will ever match. But soon the hunter became the hunted. reluctant companions. Could he outrun his enemies?
Different people every day.
Nairobi Half-Life is an acerbic portrayal of contemporary life.
Unajua Gaza uradi ni maspia parts. Kile kuna mambo kichuru, manyapunde, uradi bila dogo. Sisi lazima katunize.
Pia amebonga. Jaluo ile gari yako.
Arjai dunga, arjai chapia ndai live.
Ndio maana arjai shika kiso.
It's not about punishing them. It's about giving them a wake-up call.
That guy's not a name. That's why I like him.
Mabisi wanadai ati showbiz 50-50. Nakiwa kausha.
Arrest!
Sisi watu, si ni maiti.
Feels like I have to live two different people every day.
Continuing the mold of great Kenyan cinema comes Something Necessary, a harrowing portrayal of the cause and effects of the post-election violence.
Ameche biribot nangot chepsoingab commissioner rani kaikase.
Abalaitina ko tuguk chekiyai kokya.
Please nisaidie.
Nini nitakusaidia niku?
Mugondo ucio ndagikwira ndukuona na macio maitho we. No mia we kukurutira nguo guku. Daddy, tuko home. Mama naogopa. Usiogope daddy, niko na wewe. Nakwenda guoya na gunyiriri. Oni musi wakwa na gutire mundu ungiuka kunduta.
攻撃法など考えるな。嵐と一体になれ。嵐と一体になるんだ。
We had what happened to your parents. I'm really sorry about that.
The latest from the Kalashes is Simiyu Samurai.
It's okay, I can handle it.
It's one of the first homegrown movies to feature martial arts as its raison d'etre.
Nice set of skills you got over there.
Through the ages, filmmakers have been captivated by the never-ending vistas that Kenya offers. Here is just a glimpse of the magnificence that is Kenya.
This, in a nutshell, is Kenya's history in film for the past half-century. And he is looking forward to the next 50 years.